So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the magnificent shores of Shirahama Beach in Nishimuro District, Wakayama, as we start the 2024 Asia Oceanic Beach Ultimate Championship. We'll be having a thrilling showdown, as you can see here. We started with Singapore Club 2, a young dynamic team eager to make their mark and claim their first win here in the exciting world of Beach Ultimate. As you can see here, the person kneeling down there earlier is Coach Jack. He is the coach for not just the Singapore Club 2 team, but also for the men's team as well. And they will start the pull as we begin the match. See the pull sailed out to the middle of the field. So you notice the flags, the wind will become a factor here. It's strong winds here in Shirahama. So definitely see how that's going to play out as the game progresses. And Binibinis will start on O here. Ses zips it to the middle. They're right near their end zone. Great start for their offense. And they punch it through for their first score. Binibinis lead it 1. As I was saying earlier, as a Singapore team, as you look at the screen, I was speaking with Coach Jack earlier, who's been playing 14 years of Ultimate in Australia, married her wife who's from Singapore, and ever since then he has been invited to, start the grassroots program, so to speak, of bringing a specific culture that will help Singapore really thrive, and not just the Beach Ultimate, but Ultimate in general. So, speaking with it earlier, this team is composed of the upcoming U24 team development. And look, most of these players are extremely young, and they look into trying to carve their presence into the national program. So they've been training since the start of this year, January, and they look to really try to get a win here, and they will get their chance to tie the game as they start their offense. Swing it to the other side, but pass was just a little too low, and Binibinis has a chance. They have a chance to take their first break point. See a great marking as a great catch, a bid by Philippines to keep that disc alive. They're at the middle of the field. Break pass is just too strong as it bobbles through her fingers. Singapore getting a chance, but a block there by Binibinis. I can see Tucker, coach of Binibinis, pumped up with that defensive play. So Binibinis known for their fast-paced offense, or the Philippines in general. And here they punch it in, and the pass was just too high for number 23 to secure that pass. I think that was Rebusa. Again, if you're just joining the stream now, my name is Jonathan, and I will be your commentator for the rest of the week. In Singapore, at the end zone, will try to, as they huck it downfield, but no one is there. And so far, Singapore with no answers against Binibinis' stifling defense, as it looks like Singapore player had no choice but to huck it downfield. We'll start on the side of the stack here, numbers, and pass sails too far to her teammate, and Singapore chance again to get their first score, but they haven't really progressed the disc as much. And just as I say that, they're able to bring it to the middle of the disc and almost near their end zone, but a defensive bid by number 13, number 23 rather, Rebusa again. Binibinis. Number 88, Villarin, has the disc, looking downfield, is looking for options, decides to dump it to her teammate. Quick 1-2, and here a forehand pass is connected. Villarin brings it down to give Binibinis their second score. You can see here Coach Tucker, who's leading this Binibinis team, pumped up with that defensive play. He's always been known for his defense down with his club team with Vicious. So with the Binibinis here, it looks, as I was speaking with him earlier, or yesterday rather, about this team, it's a mix of both young and experienced players. Well, something that's more different, as Captain says, mentioned to Tucker, was they have a well-rounded team all over the Philippines, and now a well-rounded team where players from all over the island able to join in and chip in really and see if they can regain that title of being Queens of Beach Ultimate with their strong third place finish from the last Asia Oceanic Beach Ultimate Championship. And a great pull as Singapore forced to start in their end zone. And just as there, Singapore with another turnover, but looks like a foul is being called as between number 14, Cortez, looks like it will be contested and the disc will go back to the thrower. And I think it's Yo. I believe that's Yo that called the foul. I could be mistaken. And Binibinis really forcing that turnover with that defense there, and looks like that pass was turfed. It went straight to the sand for Binibinis in Singapore again. And Binibinis looking to really force the in, but still give 100% in all those in cuts for Singapore. As you can see, not a lot of downfield opportunity for Singapore, and a defensive bid blocked by number 71, Santos. Again, Binibinis with their third chance, or actually not really, but this is their chance to get their third point on the board. Cortez, backhand pass is complete, and they are up 3-0. You can hear the cheer from the Singapore team led by Coach Jack, encouraging their players. As I mentioned, this is an extremely young tech. This is a young team that's really trying to get into that U24 program. And I asked them, what were some of the early challenges of this whole training or for all preparation for this tournament? He mentioned that one was really trying to find a venue to really hold their practices, as not a lot of venues for Beach Ultimate in Singapore. And secondly is how to simulate the wind, because he mentioned that the winds in Singapore are not that strong, so that's the reason why they came here early, and see if they can get their first score in this tournament. Number 28 passes to 15. It's Fuha with the disc, looking for options, but looks like just handler move so far, and that's thanks to the stifling defense of Binibinis, not really giving them a downfield option. Singapore is, and pass again just too far. for number 73, Wong. Again, Binibinis with another chance. Dublin with the disc. It's looking. It's joined with Jane here and also with and at the edge of the end zone, and forehand suddenly just rose there as it looked like Binibinis was about to score that point. And Singapore forced again to throw that mid-range pass, but too high for Singapore. Quick pass with Binibinis here. For backhand pass again, but looks like Jane able to catch it for Binibinis as they score their 4th point. And again, Singapore. We start with the pool here as number 33, Joey. We'll start here almost a D by Binibini 71, looking downfield. So far, again, it's just handler moves, but great sticky hands by Theo. And just as I said, that another turnover from Singapore. Just really unable to get any momentum and really any flow from their offense. And Joey, another chance here by Singapore, and pass just goes out of the fingers of his teammate, number 33. April's got the disc from Binibinis, looking downfield, offs to swing it to Cruz. It'll be between those two players. Cruz tries to leap for that pass, but just bounces off her hands. Singapore club looking to try to punch their first score. This will be picked up by Tan. Tan passes it to Joey, or number 6 rather, Yo. Yo with her pass, sailing out of her teammates' possession. And you can hear from Coach Tucker urging his team from Binibinis to do that piece-to-piece play or just short passes from one and another. April to Cruz at the edge of their end zone, and they get their 5th score. Binibinis so far overpowering Singapore club. You can see those cheers from Tucker. As each time it's a good cheer, as each time as he's calling his players to come in who's going to play inside the field. They would shout their last names each time they're being called. Just look at the replay, is a diving catch by Cruz. And so far with the Binibinis, they're just overpowering Singapore's defense. They're much quicker, much faster, and getting all those in cuts. And Tucker, who's been leading the coaching duties for Binibinis. So I learned that, you know, they had a few months where each of the players would train at their own, but I believe in the last 2 to 3 weeks, they all joined together in Boracay to have that final team, as I just waved to Tucker there. And again, great pull from Binibinis, and Singapore again. We'll see how their offense will start, if they can get any generate any offense from their cutters, because so far it's just all of their handlers and another turnover from Singapore club. Number 14, that's 14 Cortez with the disc. Forehand sails up and will be defended or blocked by Singapore club. Pass was just too high for Henyo there. You can hear Coach Jack urging his teams to cut deep, give options for their handlers to be able to at least get some offense from their cutters. Joey, stall count is rising, but Singapore able past is just too fast. And Cortez with the D. Villarin to number 41. And pass was just too low for Villarin there. And Singapore near their end zone. Get their chance for their first point. Joey here, number 37. Stall count is rising, forces to do that backhand pass. Goes straight to Villarin there for the D. And Coach Struck urging his team to have 3 handlers. Looks like sticking to that piso-piso offense. That easy short 1-2 pass. Cortez able to grab that, keep that disc alive. Cortez to Villarin. Number 4 passes to Sofia. Sofia, oh, a miscom as she thought 41 Diputuda, or Diputado rather, thought she was going to get that dump, but she was already going to that upline motion already. Singapore, 72. Opts to dump it to 77. Gets it back here. Able to get some offense here with Ang. Ang looking. Ang again overthrows it to Wong. It forces a turnover, and just looking at the players from Singapore club, a little bit already gassed, and that's something to expect from this environment. Cortez to Villarin, both of them are leading the handling duties for Binibinis. And the strong winds forcing them to really lower their stance for that throw, and as they quickly huck it, Cortez able to bring it down. For Binibini's 6th point. And a great start for Binibinis for their campaign for gold here in Wakayama, in Shirahama Beach. And look at the replay as that pass, with that flow from Binibinis. And that pass was made by Cruz all the way to Cortez for their 6th point. You can hear as I can hear the sideline from Binibinis, all pumped up, really happy with their flow of their offense now, happy with how they're able to generate the stops that they need. You can see here on the screens Isa Chua, who was just the newly crowned treasurer for the Philippine Flying Disc Association board. She will be here. She will be here for the Binibinis. And again, great defense from Binibinis to really force Singapore for those movements. And again, just as I said, Singapore with another turnover. Binibinis at the edge of their end zone. Isa looking. Dumps it to the middle, but just looks like the pass was too strong. It just bobbles through her fingers. 23 years. Rebusa unable to secure that dump in Singapore. Having little more connection with their offense, and looks like fouls called. And Dublin will not contest the call there. A quick pass, be able to bring it to the middle again. Singapore able to generate a faster offense. Teo, cheeky forehand pass, sails up and unable to grab, but a call. It's like a foul is being made by Singapore. And it looks like the game advisors joining a conversation already. And if it's your first time witnessing the sport of beach ultimate or ultimate as a whole, in world competitions such as this, game advisors are called upon to provide their unbiased point of view, to be able to help both players give their observations, to let the players then decide based on the game advisor's observations if they can come to a conclusion as far as the call goes. Let's look at the replay. It tightly contested there. Looking from that angle, it looks like there was some contact, but the question now is if the Singapore player had a chance to be able to have a bid on that disc to be able to catch it. If you take a look again, it looks like an marginal contact at an incidental contact, if you were going to ask me, but it looks like Singapore will keep that disc. And they have a chance, a great chance to get their first point near their end zone. Number 7, forehand pass, great way able to secure that for number 3, C having hard time. Number 15 able to catch, or 16, Charlize, but looks like she was able to catch that disc. Dublin of Binibinis. Chua passes to Dublin again. Dublin looking downfield, but opts to give it to Bautista. Waves off that inside cut. Dublin is, and now Lala Cruz. I believe that was number 23, Rebusa rather. Isachua. To her teammate again. Dublin gets the pass at the edge of their end zone. Backhand pass is complete. Caught by Chua there. That should bring us to half now, as Binibinis with the 7 score. A sorry mistake by Singapore Club earlier, as they really had a strong chance to get their first point as they were near their end zone, but just unable to just secure that pass. A lot of first-time players here in the Binibinis. It's looking at the list, a lot of new faces, so to speak, as far as national representation is concerned. But knowing some of these players have been playing high-level beach ultimate. Here's Singapore. Again, having some trouble to generate any offense. And that's thanks to the hard man-to-man defense of Binibinis, really forcing most of the cutters of Singapore Club to really make a hard cut in, which forces the Singapore player to either find a dump or just really chuck a pass. And here, Singapore Club able to quickly bring it to the middle of the field now. And just a sorry miss. Pass just sails too fast for number 47, Ang. Again, Binibinis. Number 18 with the catcher, Roma. Passes to Villarin. Able to read that disc and bring it in. Number 41. Diputado has the disc. Oh, and the dump pass just dies and goes straight to the sand. And that's thanks to the strong wind. 47, Ang has got the disc here. Ang looking. Forehand pass to the break side is caught by number 73. Ding. To number 28. 28 looking. Dumps it to 72, but 41 blocks that. Mavi. Here, Binibinis will start. Just looking downfield, hander is, but opts to passes it to number 4. Disc is caught. The diving catch by Binibinis give their 8 point. And I was speaking with some of the partners of Binibinis players that yesterday both of these teams had a friendly match yesterday to really just prepare themselves for a week-long of Beach Ultimate, and looks like they're already familiar with themselves, with each other, as far as, you know, playing with each other. Again, Singapore having trouble really to just get some offense, so we'll see how they can. But I think, speaking with Jack, looks like their main goal really is trying to get as much experience under their belt to be able to, you know, to get experience rather. And it's a young team, if I'm not mistaken, if they're trying to really get into the U24 program. So a lot of young and aspiring players for both Singapore. And again, Singapore here trying to get some offense. Number 2 starts with their end zone. Wind is picking up and able to get that pass by number 3. Stallcott is rising, looking to find some offense, and great catch by number 82 to keep the disc alive for Tan. Tan looking. Oh, great man-to-man defense at the handler. Forces the turnover again. Great shutdown by Jane on that handler from Singapore. Forehand pass, bobbles through the finger of Cess, but Jane. And that's bookends. Not bookends rather, but that's a great score by Jane, able to reel it in. And save the point for Binibinis for their 9th point. It looks like Coach Jack of Singapore Club will call another timeout to rally his troops. Binibinis having a strong start. Something to say at their start of their match, I think something to call out is their stifling defense. Really, it's the pressure that they're giving for not just with the handlers, but also the cutters of Singapore. As you can see it earlier, that Singapore player was forced to chuck that backhand pass as unable to make a dump. All thanks to Jane's defense earlier. See here the screen. Look at the wind is picking up. The weather is nice. The start of the weather. Speaking with some of the players and volunteers here. Weather is nice for a good round of Beach Ultimate, and hope it stays that way. So I was looking at the weather forecast for the week. We might expect some rain on either the weekend or Friday. So we hope that passes and keep this beautiful weather. I will be your commentator for the rest of the week. It will just be myself. So I hope I'll bring as much excitement and be able to provide all the details as I can to promote the sport of Beach Ultimate and Ultimate as a whole. I'm very thankful for this opportunity as I applied I sent my application to the Japan Flying Disc Association, and really thanks to them for really giving me this opportunity. But most importantly, thank you to my lovely wife, Rama Terucha, and of course, my beautiful daughter, Eleanor Luis Santos. I hope you guys are watching the stream, and I'd like to say I love you very much, Ellis, and thank you so much. And not also for all of the rest of the crew, all the rest of the people around the world who's watching the start of this tournament. And the pull is off. It will start on the middle of the field. Singapore. Oh, pass just too high, but able to grab it. 28. Some contact and a foul was called, and Binibinis will not contest that call. So Singapore keeps that disc. Again, the wind is picking up here, and 47 unable to grab that disc. Cortez fakes that pass, looking for teammates, and punches their 10th score. Unfortunate error again from Singapore Club. And Binibinis with their 10-point. And just again, going back to the Singapore club team, speaking with Jack, having a hard time playing under this windy conditions, as Singapore beach, or the weather in general, they're not really known for strong winds. So I believe they had to spend, or they arrived here at the venue earlier, probably a few days earlier, just to really get a feel of the wind. But I think that's going to be a challenge all throughout, not just for Singapore Club, but for all the teams playing in this week's AOBUC tournament in Singapore. Number 18, Ashley there, dumps it to her teammate. Again, stifling defense forces that high pass. BDBs again, chance to score. Needles at pat in the middle and near the end zone. Binibinis, and the forehand pass is punched through to the end zone. Caught by Sofia. Here the Pilipinas team, as I was listening to their huddle earlier, Captain Cess was really urging his teammates, I guess calmly urging his teammates to focus in, to mentally focus in, to have that calm composure, and just take it 1 point at a time, but also one game at a time. Just focus on the good things, focus on their system. And I think knowing Coach Tuck, as I played with him, trained with him under Vicious, he really starts with the culture of really having that patience offense, where having those short passes, not forcing any hooks if it's not there, but just really focusing on handler movements and those mid-range short passes to their cutters. And it shows here with the Binibinis as they are storming this current game in April with that D. Quickly passes to Dublin. Fakes that upline cast, but April continues it. April still looking, points it to her teammate. Alex with the catch. Dump it to Dublin again, the same side of the field. He's joined with Cess. He does an upline cut. And April with the pass, and Cess able to grab and punch that score. And looks like they're a point away from calling it a day for Pilipinas. Or for Binibinis rather. Look at the replay. Says able to leap and grab that disc. She smiles to her teammate, to April, who made that pass. And if you're Binibinis, this is the great start that you're looking for. Get that momentum as they're going to look to use whatever they have experienced in this game to bring it to their next few games in this day. Again, Singapore club, encouraging from them, from these young players of getting the experience, but they are able to get those quick passes earlier. It's just that Binibinis are just too experienced so far for this young Singapore club team. And they're 18, able to just get that disc, and the pass sails too high for a teammate. Number 4 with the disc.
Go through, G. All the way, G. Good.
The Binibinis forehand pass too far for a teammate. If there's something that Binibinis can need to polish, is probably their end zone offense, as they want to take each advantage they would have if they're near their end zone, or the red, or we would call the red zone. Singapore will start at the edge, at the side of the end zone. 18, pass is too high, and Binibinis quickly picks up the disc, starts at the edge, and they get the score. And that is game for Binibinis as they start their campaign with a resounding 13-0. Binibinis finishing off Singapore club, just too experienced, too strong, and too fast so far for the Singapore club. And they're gonna celebrate this win. As you can see, what's great about this sport, as whether you win or lose, you get a chance to really congratulate each of your combatants, so to speak. And that's the beauty of this sport, where uphold the spirit of the game. And all smiles still from Singapore club, and hope nothing for the best for them to get a momentum for the next few of their games. As you can see, the Binibinis celebrating their great win. And looks like they had a respectful bow to the viewers and to the players watching the match. They will form what we call a spirit circle. And that's it for the first game of this match. And just join in, or just stay here in the channel as we will continue live coverage, live from Shirahama Beach here in Wakayama. My name is Jonathan, and I'll be back after a short break.